Hello, and thank you for allowing us to send you this video. My name is Alex, and I'm going to be showing you a few tips on how by having a solid website, you can get good exposure on Google. You can actually outrank your competition, and this will get you more clients. So, first things first, I was trying to find your website, but for some reason, it's not directed. Probably you don't have a website, or we don't really know, but I can't really tell uh, what flaws your website might have. So, going by this, I can see that you don't really have too much of engagement. So, one of the recommendations here is to have an Instagram account, link it together, and keep posting the same thing that you're doing with hashtags. But going back to your website, I know you're Stanford, Connecticut, so if I go to Google and type electrician Stanford, Connecticut, the first thing you see is your traditional Google ads. This is where you pay every time somebody clicks on your ad. Some people like it, some people don't, but depending on your preferences, if this is set up properly, you can actually see really good results. If not, you can end up wasting a lot of money not getting any clients. So, moving on, we have the map section. And this is very critical because if you have a profile, you should definitely be here. And how you get in this top three? By optimizing content. You gotta make sure you include those keywords that you're gonna be found for really quick, depending on your area. In this case, Stanford, Connecticut, and it has to be relevant content. Another important thing is to add images, and they have to be optimized. If you are adding images to your Google profile, you gotta make sure that you uh, put keywords in those images. That's a little bit tricky depending on if you're familiar or not, but that's something we can actually help as well. Um, and if you get reviews, you need to reply to those reviews. Even if it's 1 star or 5 star, you need to reply to those reviews because that's one of the things that Google loves to see. Then moving on number one, we got Yelp, a big directory. Number two, Angie, another directory. And number three, home advisors. This tells me that there's not really too much competition for you because you can easily outrank these people over here. But on number one, two, three, four, number fifth, you got this safe and soundelectric.com. And let's see what are the ranking here. What are the benefits of being at least in this first page, right? So um, we see the website over here. And if you want to compete with these guys, the first thing you gotta make sure is to add relevant content. And I'm not talking about just the images now. I'm talking more about the text that your website should have. Why is this so important? Because when Google analyzes, unfortunately, it's not that a human being is reading through all of this. Because you can imagine thousands and thousands of new websites every day coming up. So what they do is they have a software, and the software reads through that. And if you want to be found for electrician Stanford, Connecticut, you need to add that keyword and surround it by relevant content. That's the only way you actually telling Google, making them understand that you're going to be found for that specific keyword. You see these guys that are not really targeting specific keywords. They only saying Greenwich, Norwalk, Stanford. Right? That's not really a good idea. So don't do that if you really want to start seeing results. This thing over here, do not do it. It's nothing good is going to come up for that. It's going to be a waste of text, if that makes sense. But definitely add more content that they have. If they have 500, 600, try to make it 1200, 1300 words of content. It's definitely going to help you. And the same thing applies to the sub pages. So let's see what they have here on electrical services, repairs, one of the common ones. And you can see that they have a lot of content here. So they can understand what, the importance of content. But one of the things that I don't see here too much is relevant keywords. So they're probably just not really sure how to work towards that. I use this tool. I'm not sure the numbers because I use this tool called Ahrefs, and what this does, it picks data from your website based on Google criteria. So these guys, for example, they're being found for 1,500 keywords out of the entire website. and they have over 3,000 backlinks. Now, what are backlinks? Backlinks are other sites that are mentioning your website or your business name, and this will give you power so you can be found on Google. Think about like a popularity contest. The more people you get to talk about you in a positive way, the more relevant you're going to become, the more relevant you're going to stay. Same thing happens here with backlinks. Um, but with the difference that not all links are created equal, so you can have thousands and hundreds, in this case thousands, but if they're not really powerful, they're not really relevant, this is what happens. For this amount, in my professional experience, this number is really, really low. So that being said, let's see what keywords are these guys being found for based on their content that they have. We see that they have a lot of content and how the backlinks are helping them to rank for those words, so for those keywords. Let's give it a second. So, for example, you see here, this one, nothing really going on because I don't think it's going to bring any clients in the area. But for example, this one, electrician, Norwalk, City, Connecticut, of course. There's 250 searches a month, and because they're ranking number 6, they're getting 14 visits straight to their website. They actually have a dedicated page for that specific keyword, which is kind of smart. But yeah, it doesn't matter. You can actually point this to your homepage, but that's another story. But to my point, those are 14 chances they get every month into getting a new client. That's quite a lot. Let's see what else the electrician, the one that we just saw, Stanford, Connecticut. There's 150 searches a month because they're ranking number 5, and we saw that, right? They're getting 10 visits. So 10 visits plus those other 16, 26 visits. To me, those are 26 chances you get to have each month to getting at least a new client. But of course, if we compare this to other data, the sweet spot of that is that you probably get, if you start ranking for that for these keywords, and if you get to the top positions, you get at least 10% of the search volume into your website. That's just a statistic number that is I remember now, but still. Very important to understand that these words are bringing them value, bringing chances to getting new clients every month, and that could be you. So what you need to do, you need to make sure you got relevant content. The pages have to be optimized, images optimized, and the keywords that you want to be found for what areas you want to cover. I know Stanford is one of them, but I'm not sure how Connecticut is. If it's licensed by counties, by areas, things like that. I don't want to take too much of your time, so I really hope you find this information useful. If you have any questions, please let us know. Once again, my name is Alex, and thank you for your time.